Hello, good afternoon. Michael Wynn, Chief Digital Officer of Digital Ops, a division of RB Oppenheim Associates. Thanks for joining in today on our video podcast episode. We're going to talk about mastering the art of attention across your digital marketing canvas. What does it really mean to master the art of attention? No, I think that what we need to understand is there is so much content that we are exposed to and come across in our daily activities, whether that's reading emails or whether we're on social media networks or whether we're watching TV and seeing commercials. I mean, we are inundated with visuals and messaging and marketing all over the place, and so. I think at the end of the day, when as marketers you can master the art of attention, you've got a leg up on your competition. So let's dive into it. I want to cover three areas that I think are important in really creating an experience and also demonstrating empathy towards your target audience. So number one, ad fatigue is real. And what I mean by ad fatigue is real is how many times have you been on Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn or watching television and you see the same ad over and over and over again? What do? Well, you first of all reach for your mobile device and are like, okay, I'm going to do this. Or if you're already on your mobile device, you change platforms, right? You get off of Facebook, go to Instagram, or you get off Instagram, go to Snapchat, or whatever. You change the channel. And so as marketers, if we understand that, we then need to really get a grip on our ad creative. It is time to pump up the volume in creative, because here's one of the things that you may or may not be aware of. And so one of the most successful things that Google's platform did in the early 2000s and still to this day, are able to help marketers with intent-based marketing, meaning my intention is to buy a new lawnmower, or my intention is to buy a new outdoor rug, or my intention is to go get a haircut, whatever my intention is, and I go to search, then being able to dynamically rotate ad creative, whether that's text-based or visual, being able to rotate different sets of specific words within a campaign has been a real strong strategy and tactic for marketers to be able to keep the message fresh but still be on point. So I think what's happened over the years is, as people have tried to explore other display ad network or other ad network campaigns, whether that was programmatic display or retargeting or Facebook and Instagram or LinkedIn, the ability for you to be able to have a large set of ad creative volume, meaning you might have one topic area. Maybe people are going to come to your company because of reason A, but within reason A, there are 7, 8, 12 sort of subsets of that topic of why they come to you. So, creating messaging or text as well as visuals that alternate throughout all 12 of those sort of subcategories within that topic matter, then you can allow the platform to use its AI to rotate the frequency of which ad you see. And again, those platforms have the data. They know, okay, this user has demonstrated a response to this type of ad, whether it's in the written format or video or engagement type ads or clicks to website or what have you. That's key. Now, I think one of the things that, again, when it comes to learning and understanding your audience, think about those intents. So again, your Google AdWords, if you've been running campaign or have run campaigns in the past, one of the things that you'll learn about is the recommendations of other searches that your content has shown up for, and what type of insight you might find as a result of that. So when you take that information and data and then you kind of bring it into your advertising, marketing, creative, and you're looking at other platforms, you can take those 7, 9, 10, 12, 20, different key phrases and create messaging and visuals on the Facebook or Instagram ad platform, and be able to, again, allow that platform to sort of shuffle the deck when it comes to displaying those ads, so that target user that you're trying to reach, who really does who's demonstrated, hey, I'm out there, I'm looking right now for an attorney because I was in a car accident, and I'm looking at all these different things on the internet, and now that I've done that, I've come into Facebook and I'm seeing ads, or I'm seeing ads on Instagram, and now I'm clicking on those links. Like, all those behaviors, it doesn't just happen on one platform. Those behaviors on the web come in with you. That data comes in with you to whatever platform you're on, if that ad platform is connected, which of course Facebook and the Instagram app platform and its third-party providers are a part of that. So when you're able to look at those keyword variables and then craft messaging and ad creative in volume, you can then really reduce that ad fatigue, so that you're displaying and presenting sort of multiple arguments for that same topic matter as to how or why your product or service would better solve that person's problem when it comes to, hey, are you struggling with this, or are you thinking about this? So number one, ad fatigue is real. Pump up the creative volume. Number two is to flip the ad creative conversion expectation ratio. Oh, that was a lot of words. What I'm talking about there is, we have this expectation that, or reality, that we're going to use one piece of creative or one phrase, and we're going to get someone to click on a link, and we're going to take them to a web page, and on that web page we're going to explain to them why they need to click the button that says buy now or sign up now or what have you. If you flip that expectation model, so normally that's like 5% of the conversion ratio is the ad, 95% is the landing page. If you reverse that, or drastically shift that weight in terms of creative from the landing page to the creative, the outcome is very different. So what that might look like is this: long form ad creative. One of the things, again, that you can do on the Facebook and Instagram platform is your ability to have a long form messaging in the text block. It's not like Twitter, where you're limited to characters, the number of characters or words that you can have. Now, obviously, some people would argue that, if you don't have everything in that status bar, not very many people are going to click on the read more to read whatever you've put in a long format. But actually, what's happening is, when you do make a longer, more narrative explanation of, you identify, you empathize with them in your title or your opening sentence, question mark, hook, if you will, and then you dive into a little bit deeper, further, identification and empathy and understanding, that you understand what a real problem this is that you've introduced in your creative, in your messaging at the top, and then build the case for, even within that creative. I mean, you can literally have 3, 4, 5 short 2-3 sentence paragraphs. I know that sounds crazy, but what happens is, when users, when you catch them, because you've got the right creative, the right visual, and you catch them with their interest in the opening, and they hit the read more, and they spend the time to read that does a whole different sort of mechanism on who you've got and who's interested in this information. And Facebook then has the ability to use that information and help your creative campaign really have that artificial intelligence learning about your target audience and how to show them and present to them additional content that you've developed that's part of your ad set. So understanding that by flipping the ad creative conversion expectation, by having longer form, multiple photos or slideshow type of ad set, or long form written messaging with a single image, or video explanation videos that are 3 to 4 minutes. Exploring that ad creative variation in your ad sets can be hugely important and can really make a difference in conversion when you're not relying upon 95% of your creative over on the ad landing page, because they may hit your site, your website could be down, their internet could go out. So imagine if you make the argument on the front side of that ad creative rather than putting all of the weight on the back end of that click through to your landing page. So that's number 2, is flip the ad creative conversion expectation ratio. And then number 3 is retargeting content progression. Creating a progression of content through retargeting can really be another way for you to help understand and make sure that that consumer audience is walking through this progress. That they're going to have some initial questions about whether or not they're going to select you or your firm or your agency or business to do things. And you understand that you may bring them in with your original offer, but after you do that, as they're going through sort of the marketing funnel from awareness into consideration and then into conversion, that they're going to be asking some questions. And if you know what those questions are, you can set up a sequence of experiences. So imagine this: I see an ad, you have my attention, I'm curious, I click on it, I go to it, I land on the landing page, I read the information, I don't take action, I leave, I go back out, I then see creative that's now targeted because I've made it to that step in the journey, right? I stop showing you the ads and the creative that you saw to get there, and I sort of introduce this second, more it's almost like asking a follow-up question when you're trying to really understand what's important to someone. And so introducing sort of that second layer of creative in that process, you really have the ability to gain their trust and again, develop that attention. Again, we're trying to master the art of attention across your digital marketing canvas. So if you're able to then understand that, then you can have sort of that secondary layer of or level of messaging and creative on a landing page, and then do that. I mean, if you have to stretch that out over 3 or 4, different sort of engagements and experiences through advantage of that opportunity. So those are your 3 steps for mastering the art of attention across the digital marketing canvas. My name is Michael Wynn. I'm the Chief Digital Officer of Digital Ops, a division of RB Oppenheim Associates. Have a great day, and we'll catch you tomorrow.